We did the video going towards Prince George. We turned around to record this video. We were trying to talk and we were trying to tell our story, and the cars and everything going by, you could barely hear us, so we decided to do a voiceover. So this is the story about the big frog. It happened about 2003. We moved to Burns Lake I'm from Hazelton. We were young, just starting out, and we were kind of excited to be like that close to Prince George. And at the time we were driving a 2003 Sunfire, and if you know anything about those cars, kind of low to the ground. They're just a little car. It was about fall, eh?
Yep.
Maybe just the start to fall or something. We were driving back from Prince George, and we got near Nautley, and that's the Nautley turnoff that you see in the video. Because that's exactly where we saw it. And on the left-hand side of the road, I seen something. The grass was taller then, and I seen something moving funny in the grass, and it looked like a snake when it coils and it bulges and everything, and it's flipping around. That's kind of what it looked like. My mind really couldn't make sense of it, so I thought like somebody got hit and like it was a hit and run or something. I was pointing at it and telling Desmond, and he was slowing down, and we were like slowing down to look at it, trying to see what it was. And we were getting closer to the turnoff, and at the time the road didn't look that way. It was all thin, like it was all just a 2-lane road. There was no turn. There was no... It wasn't widened at the time. The thing came out of the grass, and it was a huge frog. It was over like 8 feet tall, and it was more than 400 pounds. This thing was stretching and crawling across the road. It wasn't hopping, it was crawling, and you could see it looking at us. Remember it? You could see it. It was looking at us. It got to about halfway across the road, and I thought Desmond was going to stop, but he didn't stop. He kind of sped up a little bit to like drive around it, and I was freaking out because I thought this thing was gonna move fast forward, and I thought we were gonna run into it or something, because it was big enough that like our car wouldn't even have gotten over it, or we would have got hung up on it. It was pretty big. But Desmond drove around it, and we stopped right when we got past it. Desmond's foot was on the brake, and you could see the red light, and we were looking in the rearview mirror, and we were watching it finish walking across the road. It was just going into the ditch on the Nautley side, and the grass was taller, and it just kind of slid in, and we didn't know what to do. We just drove away. We kind of talked, but that's literally what we saw. We're like, Desmond and I, we talk about things like if it happened now, and like with technology now, and everybody has a phone on them, and the phone has good camera quality, and how we could have got it, but thinking back to how we felt when we did see it and it was in front of us, you're in shock. Everything just falls out of your head. You don't see, you don't think about like pulling up your camera, and at least I don't think I would have. I just sit there watching it, and you can't help but watch it, and you're scared, like something like that in front of you. You never know if that's the last thing you're gonna see, or if you're gonna get away from it. But I was gonna say, like, ask Desmond to say what he remembers.
Yeah, when we seen that thing, that's the strangest thing I've ever seen, like on the road. You could tell it was a frog, like a big, huge frog, and just looked really strange. Like I just wanted to get past it. Yeah, I don't know, just really was kind of scary at the time, because it was so big, like never see anything like that before. Yeah, I don't know, just pretty strange.
One thing I wanted to mention is that with the rain, like it was pretty, it was raining pretty steady, but there was no real wind to it. It was just coming straight down. It was getting dark, so we were using it wasn't dark, but it was getting dark, and we were using our headlights, and with that combination, it kind of looked like the frog was light or whiter. And I was just talking to Desmond about it, like when we got past it and we were watching it through the rear view mirror with the brake lights, which are red, it still looked kind of white. Like maybe that was its actual color. It was a weird kind of white color. We told this story to a lot of our friends and people who enjoy paranormal stories. And a lot of theories come out about what it was and why it was, and like the words like shapeshifter and hell dogwood and everything else comes out. And in a way, like thinking back and watching that thing, and when it was watching us, it kind of makes sense. And I actually did get to tell my cousin Tara Duncan, who lives in that reserve now with her old man that's from there, and they've never heard of anything like that in that reserve, and it kind of freaked them out. So it was interesting that it was going right for the reserve, but nobody in that reserve ever heard of anything like it. But we just wanted to get this story out. Apologize for not like doing a video in so long, but we wanted to start sharing again. This is my little way of being creative, and I missed posting, so I'm going to start trying to do more. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah. I'll see you in the next video.